Hello, friends. Welcome to Much Review About Nothing. I couldn't come up with anything funny to say, so we gotta go fast. That's what Jake suggested.
Yes, I'm a comedy genius is what I am.
On this podcast, we review a movie we haven't seen through cultural osmosis and what we can find on the internet. I'm your host, Billy Greer.
And we're your co-hosts, Jake Greer and
Luke Greer, who's living in a podcast paradise.
Oh, I see. Yes, we'll get into
paradise.
that, yeah.
We can talk about that first. I think that's important because that's
Okay.
the first thing you hear when you get into the trailer, pretty much.
And for those of you who don't know, we're doing a future review on Sonic the Hedgehog 2019.
Yes.
Yes. And you would have saw the title of the episode, so it makes sense.
Yes, but we still have to say it in the episode.
We do,
It feels
yes.
wrong if we don't. And
Luke is correct. Yes.
they
They need to know that's a future review, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important. Yes, let's discuss this right now.
This movie isn't out, but most people have already decided this movie's a failure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit too early. And do we want to get into some articles or?
I don't know. I don't know if we should start with like the controversy or, and also, did we ever mention that we just referenced it and we went on without saying anything about it? That they play Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah, I was about to bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Gangster's Paradise.
Yes.
Yay or nay?
Well, I don't understand the correlation with Sonic and Gangster's Paradise. I mean, they just used the instrumental. Because Sonic is not a gangster, and there's nothing really gangster about Sonic as a franchise.
Maybe he is this time. You know, he's being gangstery and everything else. He's capping some people.
I guess it's the great reboot.
But yeah, I mean, you almost kind of hope that it's Amish Paradise.
Yeah,
but
I saw someone they recut the trailer with Amish Paradise.
In a way, Sonic is kind of like an Amish person. I mean, he lives out in the wilderness, doesn't have any technology or anything, in the video games.
He has a stereo system in the trailer.
Yeah, but in the video games, he's more Amish because he doesn't have any technology. He doesn't like it or anything like that. He lives off the breath of the land and all that. So he's more of an Amish than you realize.
Well, Shadow's pretty gangster. They did a Shadow movie. Gangster's Paradise would make more sense. Rides a motorcycle, uses guns.
And then we would have had a CGI hedgehog abomination shooting people.
that's what we really need in this world.
That'd be
But,
amazing.
I mean, in their defense, you know what? This episode, I'm kind of going to play devil's advocate here. That chorus and, the background singing in Gangster's Paradise, it is an epic song, and it's immediately recognizable. So just from, a marketing standpoint, it makes sense. It's just background noise.
I would have suggested that they gone with a soundtrack from the Initial D.
People
Burning
saying
Up
that,
for You and Gas. It just had the Euro beats playing because I visualize that more as a Sonic song.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense, but I don't know. It's too obscure.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt the people in charge would have gone for that.
Yeah.
Really, they want something instantly recognizable.
And 2 raps really popular. So.
Yeah, I mean it's always popular.
And dude, what's that one song called that? But also looks like I ran so far away.
Oh yeah. What is it? A Flock of Seagulls?
Yeah, that's a very popular song. It would have made sense because it's running and Sonic's running.
Yeah.
So we don't know how we feel about the Amish Paradise. It doesn't really fit, but it's kind of okay.
Amish
Or Gangster's Paradise.
Same difference.
I mean, it's the same, instrumentals basically. But
yeah.
we really don't know how we feel about it. We guess it works, but we're not sure why it's there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird choice, but it's just an instrumental, and it works fine. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. It's odd, but
now this the Sonic the Hedgehog. It started kind of rocky. We got some legs.
Mm-hmm.
They were horrifying, absolutely horrifying. We got Billy with a picture of the legs, the beautiful legs, the beautiful man hedgehog legs.
Yeah, I took a picture by that giant poster at a theater.
Yeah.
And then
I see everywhere. It brings nightmares into me.
And then the trailer drops, and he's horrific in a large way. I mean,
there's a reason why they stick Sonic's mouth to the side of his head and not directly in front of it.
But devil's advocate here. You know, after seeing the poster and those legs, I was expecting like this 6 foot tall man hog abomination. And I don't know. I don't think he's horrific. I can't get like worked up about him. To me, he's vaguely unsettling at points.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
But like he's not nightmare fuel in my opinion.
I'd almost want nightmare fuel, really.
Yeah.
Like if it was just this hulking creature, it'd be hilarious because then it goes into the uncanny valley and just kind of it like goes through the uncanny valley into something just hilarious.
A sheer parody.
He needs some more trimming, so to speak.
And I was just wondering because we watched the trailer again before we recorded, and I wonder if his legs were a little shorter. If his limbs were a little shorter, he wouldn't look so weird, because...
I almost wonder if he was bigger, it'd look better, but I'm not sure. Also, gloves. It would help a lot with gloves. He wears shoes, fine. Yeah. Give him some gloves.
He doesn't need, like, the cartoony gloves. You could use, like, white athletic gloves, you know? If you want to go that route.
Yeah, or maybe fingerless. Would make it, or would that
fingerless,
same problem?
It might
just
work.
Give him, like, some, like, just like, white gloves with little straps right here, you know? Those athletic gloves. Just give him some of those.
But, like, his hands are, ugh. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, seeing Will Smith Genie just... After that, nothing really is
Will
terrifying
Smith Genie
anymore.
is funny, though. Like,
he
looks funny. I'm honestly, third time viewing it, really, you kind of get used to it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, you have a close one that's recently been disfigured. At first, you can't really look at him, you know, but then over time, it's like, you know, oh, well, it's not that bad.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a tall order. Translate this 2D game character who has weird anatomical details.
Yeah, like his eyes are connected.
Yeah, he's got a visor eye. His mouth is on the side of his face at all times. He looks like he's got plastic skin. He wears gloves and big shoes like an old Warner Brothers cartoon character. That's a tall order. I feel like we're not giving these people enough credit. They told these artists, translate this into something that could possibly live in our world. And I feel like it could have been way worse. I feel like they did a pretty good job. Not perfect, but...
That brings up a good point. Did it have to be in our world? Like, at all?
Well, no. I mean, I would prefer it to be on Mobius, and there's no humans except maybe Eggman.
Right. For you those who don't know, Mobius is Sonic's homeworld.
Yes.
It would be a lot more... It'd be easier to translate them if... It was kind of like The Lion King, almost. Mm-hmm. It's like CGI animated, almost.
Yeah.
I wonder why they don't really do that more. I mean, obviously it's expensive, but if you have the capital, obviously.
Well, they should have done like they did with Into the Spider-Verse, but with Sonic characters.
Yeah.
And people would have just been fine with it. But...
Because I think everyone deep down is rooting for Sonic. Sonic is kind of the underdog.
Yes.
The problem is he never performs well ever. But we always keep rooting for him through his games or his movies or his movie that's coming out.
Well, there was an animated movie.
Yeah, it was actually a 2-part special. I think in Japan and in America, we just slammed it together, put it on a VHS, and go, the kids, they don't care, it's Sonic.
Yeah.
Right. He's always the underdog, and we want him to succeed, but he's always, he's almost to the goalpost, and he trips and falls, and then he gets teleported back to his own goal and scores.
He has not been near the goalpost in years.
Well, that's what it means. He gets dragged back to his own goalpost, and he scores for the enemy team.
But let's get here and discuss the real issue. I think that there should be a Bubsy Bobcat movie. What do you guys think? Wouldn't that be great?
It'd be amazing.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
And when talking about other movies, I was curious how they now view Sonic, like the people creating it, after Detective Pikachu. Yeah. Do they think this could potentially be a massive gold mine because Detective Pikachu is? Mm-hmm. Or do they think, oh, shoot, we're going to be compared to Detective Pikachu now, and will that hurt us?
Well, what I don't understand, I don't know if this is derailing it, but why people accepted the Detective Pikachu Pokemon way faster than Sonic when you could argue that many of them are as disturbing looking as him.
And I was going to bring that up. They are pretty disturbing sometimes. Like Pikachu at times, he looks very creepy, I guess is a good way to put it. And like the furless ones are even worse at times.
Yeah.
Like I think the Charmander was very jarring, I guess.
Yeah, there seems to be like Pikachu seems really detailed, and then Bulbasaur seems closer to the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't mean to derail it. I guess your point is like in the wake of.
Well, that is a point I did want to bring up eventually, so that's fine.
And two, I wonder if they're going. They like I said, they recently tweeted they were gonna fix his design.
Yeah.
I mean, are they gonna like tweak it, make it look better? Are they gonna drastic overhaul if that's even possible?
Well, that's what I was wondering. That
is that Sonic gonna get like shot by the next Sonic they have? He's like, I'm the real Hedgehog, you're a faker.
Are we gonna have two Sonics now? The old Sonic, horrific, and new Sonic. You know, horrific Sonic. They kind of put in the corner, and he just stares creepily in. He doesn't.
I say you're the fake one that run around here.
It's like when they messed up and they put Nicolas Cage and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. You gotta keep rolling with it. Also, that brings up the next big point. Was it intentional? Think about it. Make him look.
I was about to say that.
Make him look creepy. Huge backlash. I'm sure there was a ton of views on their trailer. Big hype, and then you come out with a good Sonic, I guess, if that's possible.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if they made a couple models, like at least two.
Yeah.
And we don't know what to go with. Let's hedge our bets at first and go with the real life, the more realistic looking one. And if that doesn't pan out, we'll just slip in the other one. I mean, that would be a crazy move to make, and I would respect them if that was their plan, was just to garner a bunch of notoriety off of the way that Sonic looks.
I don't know. It seems a bit too conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean that's
yeah. I mean it's off the deep end, but
that's next level mastermind supervillain stuff. But it was also just weird how quickly they were willing to change it. That's unprecedented.
Yeah.
People complain, and then they change. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to change it now.
Which kind of lends to your point that they probably already had a couple of ideas. Basically.
Well, that's my theory. Since they were that eager to change it out, they had something in the works. Because if this thing is coming out this year, if it's requiring a ton of work, I don't think they would have been so quick to say, oh yeah, unless they're barely going to be changing anything.
Or maybe not, but I mean, I just wonder if it'll hurt it or help it ultimately.
I don't know. I mean, I think just the fact they make the concession has got them a lot of goodwill with the fans.
Yeah, and people are just going to see it just to see how it's changed.
Yeah.
But I think the two interesting articles, I'm just going to read the headlines. I haven't gone into them. Box office analysts predict that Sonic the Hedgehog will do poorly at the box office. And another one by Why Detective Pikachu Got Real Pokemon So Right While Sonic Bit the Dust. I feel like they're kind of writing this movie off without it being released. I have some other problems with the movie, like the dialogue, especially with Dr. Eggman, is really cringy, I guess is a good way to put it. Yeah. He's really pulling out the cringe. If you're a predator, don't see this movie. I think it'll really kill you.
You're a predator?
Yes, from Aliens vs. Predator. Or not Aliens vs. Predator, but the Predator series.
Okay, I was making sure you were talking about the alien, not like a child predator. I don't know. I don't know what point you're making.
No, it was a joke.
Oh, the cringe.
The cringe is a weapon.
Sorry.
Our lore, Billy. The lore.
No, I remember it now. I'm sorry.
I like the flavor.
Behind.
Yeah, I like to think that child predators are vulnerable to cringe now. So.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, something's wrong with my brain. I was not connecting the dots. I guess because you just mentioned cringe, just in a normal context, and moved on, so I was not connecting.
They stick a whole bunch of people in a room and they put a cringe compilation. Whoever screams and starts melting, that's a child predator.
I just wanted to see how this was going.
Well, I was just, I like to do some callbacks. Sometimes.
No, it was a good callback. I just wasn't quick on the uptake there.
Even I was quick on the uptake. What's wrong with you?
I'm tired. I don't know.
Been a long day.
Yeah. But yeah, that Eggman scene, on one hand, I see that it's supposed to be conveying that Eggman is an ego, he's a jerk, you know, which I get, but that scene it goes on way too long. We get the joke, but then if he had, him sassing the commander at the army base, I get that. That works as a scene.
I feel like he could have sassed him a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
It's not even clever how he sasses him.
No, it's just the joke goes on too long. It's like a Family Guy gag where it just goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand the whole zzz, where he moves his head like a robot.
Yeah. Dr. Robotnik.
He's Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Yeah.
Also,
he's not actually a robot.
Do we want to talk about the ending scene of the entire trailer?
Well, I want to ask.
yeah.
I want to ask
Go to
this
your
question
point
first. Is Eggman or Dr. Robotnik's sidekick? I wonder if he's like the new Snively. Snively. Yeah. It's like Snively.
He's not this gross like big nosed creature. He's like this. Like, I don't know, this handsome Middle Eastern man in a suit. That's kind of an upgrade.
You gotta update him.
Yeah.
But back on Eggman, final scene. What is it? He looks more like normal Eggman, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's in a mushroom forest. So does that mean that obviously Sonic says that I'm here to save your world. And he throws a ring, and that does teleport him at a later point in the trailer to a farmhouse. But would they maintain... I'm sorry, I'm going to go off. Would they maintain velocity and smash into the barn house?
I mean, you would think, because they were falling really fast. And you think they would come into that world... But then that's the thing, because then they go from falling vertically to a horizontal plane.
Right, but...
you think they would at least tumble.
Momentum is maintained, so that means you would go at an arc at that point.
But then gravity's working differently. Gravity's pushing you to the ground.
Well, we don't know about that because we have no way of proving that.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, like, I would think that they would go into that different realm and immediately hit the ground and roll hard. I would think they would be severely injured.
Well, like I said, if you're working with portals, momentum is maintained. So they still maintain their horizontal speed, but now there's drag on them by gravity going down.
That's what I'm saying. They still keep going.
So they would really just crater into the earth, basically, like throwing a ball, and they die, and so on and so on. No, but I had to go on that point. So do we think that
only you would go into that point?
Yes, I would.
I was kind of thinking it too. But.
Do we think that they are going to go to Mobius eventually, and does Eggman get trapped there, or is that an entirely different place?
Yeah, I feel like that makes the most sense. I feel like that ending scene is probably the ending scene of the movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they added into the trailer solely so that people would get on towards like, Eggman doesn't look like Eggman.
Yeah. I know, it was that one was a cold and calculated move to like, here's Eggman, hey guys,
Don't fill their Twitter feed with your re-edits.
It's like happy birthday, Billy. Here's Eggman. He comes through the door. That's not Eggman. And then another one comes in. It's the real Eggman. So.
Yeah, I'm curious if they will go. I feel like that's going to be the climax, maybe, where they go into Mobius, because I think the majority of it's going to be in the real world.
You're going to see a Tails cameo, probably, like a back shot.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe two tails in the bush.
They're probably going to set up, or going to try to set up a second movie. Now, whether the box office will, lend itself to that, we'll see.
I mean, I've honestly got a good feeling just because this. I mean, everything aside, we're critiquing this like it's the next big superhero movie or whatever. This is a kids movie.
Yeah.
This is. I don't know if you remember that movie Hop with the Easter Bunny.
Yes, we saw it. Yeah.
Well, James Marsden, the guy playing the cop in this, he played the human character in that. So this is just another family film with a cute little animal sidekick,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when we get upset about this, but this is dyed-in-the-wool family film. And I guess by that I mean it's that particular genre where... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but like the jokes are all really lowbrow.
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. It's where... it's the perfect fusion of almost animated and real life.
Yeah.
The animated keeps the attention of
for the kids.
For the kids, and the real life grounds it for them, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Smurfs movie too.
Yeah, Smurfs movie.
It was like that era with Garfield and the Smurfs. It's that again.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little higher budget, a little more high concept. Yeah, because there's family films like say a Pixar film.
I wonder if Garfield will be in this movie.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Which I don't really regard as like a family. I also sound like such a snob. Oh, it's a family film. But
a family
I wish there was a better way to say it. Like, maybe children's movie is a better term because it's just for kids in mind. And
it's just palatable enough for adults. Adults aren't going to be too bored.
Yeah. Creepy laughter.
Huh? Creepy laughter from our family.
Yeah, because I mean that's why I'm not getting worked up about it, because I'm not expecting a lot.
No, I mean I'm probably not gonna see it in theaters,
We
but
know.
we will rent it.
Yes, I have to rent it.
Kind of to cut in.
Yeah, I'm already losing my train of thought.
Yeah, that the Sonic team, Takashi Izuki, says that he's only an advisor for the Sonic movie. It's up to Paramount team to make something successful.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm washing my hands. I'm done with this. I'm out, skis. And he jumps out the window and pulls his parachute and he's out.
Oh yeah, so those articles, were you going to say any more about those, or was just kind of to bring them up?
I was just kind of bringing them up. I guess I could go deeper.
Well, I was mainly interested, like, what is their reasoning why, Pokemon's fine, but Sonic isn't? Because to me, it's a little hypocritical, because there's not too much difference between the way Sonic looks and the way the Pokemon look. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, sure, I think the Pokemon handle it a little better, and the fact that the Pokemon don't really have... Why are you shaking your head at me, Luke?
It's way different.
Okay, well, explain. You know.
Well, it's way different.
Thank you for adding that to the conversation. But, I mean, I think what the Pokemon have going for them is they are animals through and through. The problem with Sonic is he's a hybrid of a man and a hedgehog.
Oh my goodness. The Snubbull is really creepy.
Yeah.
That is really creepy. That's Sonic levels.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think there's some bias here. I think Pokemon's a beloved franchise, and Sonic is beloved by, to cut this, but autistic 12-year-olds.
well, Sonic.
No, I mean, it's beloved by a very particular group of people.
We won't go into details.
Yeah.
A very particular group.
It's beloved by, like, I like Sonic.
No, I do too.
Base. Everyone deep down, like I was talking about, likes Sonic. The problem is his performance is terrible.
Yeah.
He can't get it right.
But why do we give more credit to Pokemon, to this Pokemon movie, than to Sonic? Is it just because Pokemon does have way more clout and fandom, or
I wonder if it's because it's the whole Pokemon world is filled with these creatures, so you're never really latching on to a single one.
Maybe.
You know, you can look at the Charmander and be disturbed, but you might be okay with the Pikachu, so that makes it perfectly okay. The Pikachu may disturb you, but you like some other creature, or you know, so because it's so filled with almost horrific creatures, it lessens the impact. With Sonic, it's just Sonic.
Yeah.
And he's so jarring that it's all you focus on, really.
I want to say something, that no matter what happens with this movie, this will be the first time that Sonic was better than Mario.
Why are you saying that?
Because the Mario movie was horrible.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So the Sonic movie, even if it is bad, it will still be better than the Mario. So this is the first time that Sonic is going to beat Mario.
Only temporarily, because remember, while it's not live action, the Mario movie is coming out.
And that's what I thought he was referencing.
Unfortunately, it is under Illumination. So Sonic may still come out victorious on that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what to... It's going to be like Mario voiced by Zac Efron or something. It's going to be just...
I don't know how they're going to do it. The only saving grace is that it's Nintendo, and Mario is their flagship character.
And maybe
and they're just going to send like a whole bunch of like of their their advisors and lawyers and just looking at them like this, going, that better be right.
And if it's not right, Nintendo has money, lots of it, and they're not afraid to spend it on this basically to get it right. So... I think that's the difference.
Shigeru Miyamoto will go there and start chopping off heads if there is even the slightest problem.
Like, on a broader scale, it's like two different types of parents, where the Sonic parents are very laissez-faire, and the Mario parents are very strict.
Helicopter
almost
parents.
I think it's authoritarian, is it called?
Yeah,
authoritarian parents who control every aspect, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting point.
That's clearly what we're seeing. But I mean, going back to your point about Pokemon, I thought you made a good point of how there's so many different characters or Pokemon that it's kind of hit and miss. It's like some of them look disturbing, some of them look okay.
Right, that's why
so it's it kind of nullifies it overall. And I think the fact that Sonic, his mannish parts are the most disturbing. That his mouth is creepy and his limbs are creepy.
That's what he's talking about. The head on the original Sonic is huge. The torso is very short. The legs are long and skinny. The biggest thing I think is that the fact that the head is kind of proportional in the movie to the body, and the eyes are proportional to the head, and that really throws off the look of the character. It's kind of like a Battle Angel, where like they had it originally, and like something was off with her eyes, and it really. She looked like Golem, but when the movie came out, she looked a lot better, and it was...
that creates the irises?
Yeah, they messed around with the eyes. I think the eyes are really important, and his eyes are really creepy, and that really hurts it.
To me, his eyes are not the most creepiest part. To me, it's that mouth.
Yeah, I mean, the mouth is
full
bad.
of human teeth.
I mean, a little man.
I feel like if you couldn't see any teeth at all, if it was just kind of a dark void, would that be better or worse?
Well, no, I mean, that's the problem we're running into. I just feel like, is there no way to do this design and keep it true to Sonic in real life? Is there no way to realistically translate
Would
Sonic?
fangs work? I mean, like, just a couple of fangs?
That'd be even more terrifying. I don't know, maybe just like... Because then I was going to suggest, like, this kind of a white kind of road, like they draw in cartoons and stuff. Like, instead of delineating every single tooth, it's just kind of a white strip. But then in my head, that also seems terrifying.
Yeah.
There's no winning.
Honestly, it seems a little bit like trial and error that you have to really fine-tune it and, be aware of it. And I don't know if you can ever get it perfectly right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm impressed they got it to this point without making me want to shriek in terror and run for the hills.
The Jigglypuff is horrifying.
I don't know. It doesn't look that bad.
He's not so bad in that picture, but that shot of him when he's on that diner table in front of that guy who's asleep, he looks sinister.
Yeah, it's just... Like, some of these Pokemon, I do not like at all.
It's probably most likely a female. You said the Jigglypuff have an 87.5% ratio.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not respecting the jellyfish.
I still think the eyes are really bad.
Maybe the eyes are bigger.
Yeah, well, hold on. No, I was going to, block.
Yeah, block it all. Just put your hand in front of his face.
But look at the eyes without the mouth. Are the eyes still creepy to you?
I mean, they're better.
Yeah. See, I think that mouth is what's the problem.
The mouth?
Yeah.
I think it is the mouth.
I think we discovered patient zero of the Sonic abomination.
That's what I've been saying. It's the mouth
it is the
and
mouth.
the proportion of the limbs. Otherwise, the design kind of works because, when he's just sitting in the car and you can just see his head,
it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Now, when you look at him from the back, he looks something is completely off about that. But he's too skinny.
Yeah. So we could go all day.
Yeah, we could go
all day. I just realized we're getting stuck in a loop.
We are getting stuck. I think we kind of covered what we wanted to cover about it.
Basically, you're a bunch of hypocrites for liking Pokemon, not Sonic.
Well,
you should be ashamed of yourselves.
That was the point I wanted to make. Is
there's some psychology going on there? I
think.
Well,
does public opinion, and I know it does, but
no, it doesn't.
Sometimes I wonder if the ball kind of gets rolling with one opinion where we've already decided that Sonic is horrifying.
Right.
Like the poster and stuff did not, was not a good impression. So by that point, we already decided to be terrified of Sonic.
Free will is an illusion.
Yeah. But with Pokemon, we were I guess more excited about it.
Well, they didn't have a creepy leg poster, so
it
goes in its favor. That's the thing. But it is...
First impressions are key.
Yes, they're everything. So, do we have any particular predictions? Obviously, we'll have our main score predictions, but do we have any particular predictions that
everyone's going to?
So we think Tails is going to show up. Basically,
I feel at least a cameo. That'd be weird if they didn't, because he's such a. And they got to set him up for the second one.
Yeah, and we believe that they're setting up for a second one already. Obviously.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, well, there's franchise potential here.
Yeah,
I'm imagining Knuckles. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
As long as he doesn't chuckle, then I'll be happy.
Knuckles laughs all the time. In his first appearance, he laughed.
No, in his song, unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle.
He chuckles a lot, actually.
Knuckles always gets the short end of the stick, so he'd probably be even worse in the movie stuff.
Oh, Knuckles is an idiot, and I hate him, so who cares?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
He wasn't always an idiot.
Yeah, that truly was a strong warrior. He's kind of like Worf.
Yeah.
Where on the onset, he's supposed to be strong and powerful, but by the end of the series, he's just a big doofus that gets thrown around all the time. I don't know.
Well, they make him a literal idiot. You know, it's not
Flanderization.
Yeah.
But
And my other prediction is it's gonna be the Jim Carrey show. I feel like
people are gonna love Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
Or do you think? Or do you think he's gonna steal the show? I mean,
well, I'm afraid he's gonna kind of do what he always does. He's gonna Count Olaf it, because I feel like that whole like him acting robotic was like improvised, where there's just gonna be scenes of him just doing crazy stuff, kind of what he did with the Riddler, where I can't believe people defend that movie, because he just acts like a complete psychopath, and not in a good way.
In those movies, every single villain was the Joker.
Yeah, he's just like the Joker, but he's not. He's crazier than the Joker. It's just Jim Carrey doing shtick in a Riddler suit.
That seems to happen a lot, where every Batman or every DC villain becomes the Jokers in the movies. I mean, Lex Luthor. But
they've gotten better at it. But
I think we just have minor predictions. Let's give our score predictions, and we kind of have to wrap it up today. But,
I feel like Jim Carrey's going to be the main focus, and there's going to be a lot of more about him than Sonic.
I'm going to say critics are going to give it like maybe a 22, and the fans are going to give it maybe a 41.
Yeah, I know
was the first one?
Like a 22, and the audience would be maybe a low 40, like a 43.
Yeah, this one's weird because it's got that kid movie handicap. Because children's movies always do pretty good. I mean, there's the rare ones that don't, but because they have that thing built in where parents are like, I gotta do something with my kids.
Yeah.
Let's just go take them to a movie, and so usually it's a family, so you're gonna get those tickets.
Right. It's not. I think another prediction is we think it's gonna do well monetarily.
Yeah, I mean
really well. But will it? What about the score though? It can do well in the box office, but people will leave it a bad score afterwards if it's not any good. So,
yeah, I'm thinking kind of what Luke's saying. I'm saying maybe I'm going to go a little higher. Maybe a 30 for critics. Probably generous. I feel like the critics are going to hate it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like really just easy jokes, just mind-numbing action. And, there's the whole Sonic controversy. And I feel like the audience is going to be a little kinder because you're going to have that portion. They're like, well, my kids enjoyed it, so it's good.
Yeah,
but I feel like the Sonic fans probably are going to hate it for various reasons.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe, let's go 55. I'm going to hedge my bets. It might be a little higher, a little lower. Who knows? But, I'll give them credit. When Eggman has undergone his transformation and looks like the game character, he looks like the game character.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not fat enough, but the head looks great. I gotta give him,
chop up his head and put it on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I don't know whether to go lower for the critics than you guys or higher.
This isn't Disney, so the critic score is going to be really low.
Yeah.
I like a 20 for the
mouse
critics.
isn't greasing any palms here.
Yeah.
I think the critics are just going to be like, oh, it's terrible, and I absolutely hate it. I don't think a lot of them are going to like the dialogue. I think the dialogue is going to be way too childish, But audiences, I'm actually going to give it a 6. I think the audience will give it a 60. I think after the changes, I think it'll earn enough goodwill. Actually, I'm gonna boost that up to 65. I'm gonna hedge my bets more than Billy, and then I think people are gonna be happy about the changes, and that a lot of them are gonna give it a good review. I really think so. So
maybe
low critics but high audiences. Just kind of playing the field a bit. But
what do you guys feel about that line when he has him in the bag and he's like, "Oh, there's a child in there." It's like, is that a child in there? No, there's a child in there, but it's not mine.
Why would he say that?
Huh?
Well, it's I don't know. I kind of like.
I like it.
I feel like Sonic making that it smells like Axe body spray and a ham sandwich, and I feel like that's too much.
Yeah, that's nothing. But
I don't know. I did always kind of like that line, and maybe you could tweak it a little, but I love the comedy of. Oh, it's not. Yeah, there's a kid in my bag, but it's not mine.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. I think that's probably the
because
highlight
it feels
of the
like
trailer.
a mistake you would make trying to lie, and if you're flustered, I don't know. It works for me at least.
Right. It does
on a very low level. I'm not saying it's not Shakespeare here, but. I'm looking for credit to give here. I feel like I'm very negative.
Well, I would say that Shakespeare had some kind of punny humor.
By Shakespeare, I mean, not.
Well, we consider high art.
Yeah, and I know that Shakespeare, he made art for the masses, they say. But, You know, when I say it's like Shakespeare.
Man, the masses were more intelligent.
You know what I mean.
All right. Well, I think we better sign off here. I think we've covered a lot of ground. You know, we've run real fast. So
now we have to escape from the city.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you for listening to Much Review About Nothing. I've been your host, Billy.
We were your co-hosts, Jake Greer and
Luke Greer.
Bye.
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 Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my